to get back out on the field and have an opportunity to start preparing for Arizona. The coaching staff spent the day yesterday game planning, and we installed part of it today. I thought the guys came out, had a spirited practice.
What's your sense of the mood of the team? Matt referred to it as being upbeat.
Yeah, I think it's very upbeat. It's like any other Wednesday. We come to work and we're excited about the new challenge in front of us. And this week it's it's the Arizona team that won on the road last week. They're 1-0, and it's going to be a big challenge for us. They're a good football team. 2 years ago they were in the Super Bowl. Last year they were in the playoffs, 10-6 team. So and off to a 1-0 start.
Coach, if I'm right, you're 13-3 over the last 2 years at home. What is it about why you guys play so well here?
Well, I think statistically, if you're a good football team, you're going to win at home, and I think we've been able to do that. I think a lot of it has to do with our fans. It's a very loud place for our opponents to come in. Our fans know when to cheer and when not to cheer. It's friendly surroundings. Even though it's the same 100-yard field that every team in the league has, it's nice to be at home, and we want to defend our home turf, and we've done a good job of doing it. I think Arizona last year, though, they kind of bucked the trend. I think they were better on the road than they were at home, believe it or not.
Would you all benefit from the fans being there a little bit early?
Oh, I think so. We would love to come out of the locker room and see that place, packed to the gills. And our fans do a super job during the game. But it'd be nice to get the juices flowing even before the kickoff.
Any concern about the offense? I mean, I know the preseason you're working on things. But they only, I think, had one touchdown from the first teamers, and obviously didn't score. But you're playing a good defense in the first game. But is there any concern right now about the offense?
I think it's one of many concerns. When you finally play your first game, you get an opportunity to really evaluate, a full game where the players that are going to be playing for the most part all season long are playing, and we have got to get better. And I've spoke about the evaluation, and we have a 24-hour rule, and we have really put it behind us. We know that we have to improve, not only offensively, we've got to improve in all three phases, and also on the coaching. We've got to do a better job, and I've said it on Monday. It starts with me. I got to do a better job as well.
Is there a point of emphasis to get more guys involved in the passing game with Ryder leading the league 23 targets?
Well, we want to throw the ball to who's open, and we have to go through our progressions, and different teams are going to strategize differently in how they're going to take receivers away. But we're going to run through our progressions as an offense when we throw the football, and we're going to try to throw it to the guy that's open.
What problems does Derek Anderson present for you? Former Pro Bowler with the big arm.
He's been a very productive player there at Cleveland when he's been to a Pro Bowl. He's got an arm that can go deep. In my mind, they've got one of the top receivers in the league, and Larry Fitzgerald. They can go vertical. He's a strong receiver. It's probably the number one guy when the ball's in the air. When I say the ball's in the air, when he's having to fight one or two defenders, he usually comes down with the football. Steve Breston, I think, was their number 3 receivers, moved up to their number 2. He was the guy that Derek went to in the first game. I think he had 7 catches for 123 yards. So they've got a very formidable passing game with Derek, and Hightower had 63 catches. So they spread the ball around in terms of not only the wide receivers, but the backs get involved as well.
And how would you categorize their 3-4, the brand of football they try to play over there?
Well, Billy Davis is the defensive coordinator there. Billy's background, he coached at Pittsburgh for a number of years, so he's got a background with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And all of the 3-4 defensive schemes are very similar. I think they've got a very impressive defensive end in Darnell Dockett. He's a penetrating defensive end. He's a guy that tries to be disruptive, get in the backfield, and then Calais Campbell, The other defensive end is 6'8" and has improved immensely. Had 7 sacks last year. Plays with a lot of length. So those two guys are really good players. And then they're very experienced at the outside linebackers. When I say experience, you've got Joey Porter and Clark Hagans. You know, we played against Joey last year when he was at Miami. Clark is a guy that spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh. Is a very experienced player. And then their safety, Adrian Wilson's been to the Pro Bowl, 10-year player. I think is very good, very active. I think he hit the trifecta this past week. Had an interception, had a sack, and a blocked field goal. So it's quite a game for him in the game last week against St. Louis. And then Rogers Cromartie is very athletic, maybe the fastest corner on the clock in the NFL. Can recover. He is a guy that led their team in interceptions last year. It's a very solid team that 2 years ago was in the Super Bowl. Last year was the NFC West champion, and made it to the playoffs. So they're going to come in here, and we've got to have our best foot forward.
Will this shadow people with DRC? Do they let him stay on the right?
No, he's usually most of the time he stays on one side. So, but I wouldn't surprise me. At the beginning of the season, everybody's trying different things and going to show different things. So, right now they play right and left. But we've got to be prepared that he may shadow one of our receivers. And they may shadow one of the safeties with our tight end. They will shadow the tight end with one of their safeties.
What about the injury report?
The injury report. We had full participation by everybody except for 2 players. Michael Jenkins did not participate today, nor did Eric Coleman. Eric Coleman will be listed on the injury report with a knee, and he'll be day to day. We're going to see how he is tomorrow. He finished the ball game up there in Pittsburgh, so he was a little bit sore today, and we'll just have to see where he's at as the week progresses.
Has Jenkins suffered a setback? I think he's out of that.
Well,
4 to 6 window.
I think he's right at the.
He's right at.
He's in the window right now between 4 and 6. There hasn't been a setback, but we are in that 4 to 6 week window. 4 weeks would have been the Friday night before the Pittsburgh game, so we're looking at 5 weeks this Friday night. So he's progressing, working with our training staff and our athletic performance, and you guys have seen him out here moving around and getting involved when he can. He just hasn't been able to participate in practice.